Hello subscribers and unsubscribers, and welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. So a couple things to go and mention real quick before I get started. As of recording this mission, or this episode rather, this mission that we are about to begin is the last mission in the game. However, to my understanding, I believe we are supposed to be getting a new event starting October 6th, so tomorrow, the day after I'm recording this. And that is supposed to include a TFO to obtain progress for that event, as well as a mission or two. So the series isn't quite going on hold yet after we finish this mission, if I'm understanding this correctly. However, I believe I mentioned last part that there was going to be a roughly 2-week interruption to my recording schedule starting October 9th. I found out over the weekend that would potentially be, this past weekend as me recording this, that would potentially be changing, or not potentially, but that would be changing to a 1-week interruption starting October 16th, so the following Friday. However, I was then informed earlier today that things have changed yet again, and so it will be a 2-week interruption, but I don't yet know if it'll be starting October 9th like it was originally supposed to start, or if it'll be starting October 16th like I was previously led to believe that it wouldn't be the new starting date. So I'm not quite sure. I'm probably just going to go ahead and plan that this series will, or that the interruption will begin October 9th. It's just much easier for me to go ahead and assume that. So this series won't be getting updated for a couple of weeks, more than likely. Will end up being the case, but I guess we'll see. Either way, let's go ahead and begin the final mission that is currently in the game, the Khitomer Discord.
It appears the hunt for Ja'ula may come to an end soon. Our latest intel indicates she's operating out of 4 key sectors, including Khitomer. I've dispatched operatives to 3 of those sectors, but I want you to check out Khitomer personally. I'm sending General Martok with you. If she's there, I want the Alliance's best to take her down and bring an end to the Civil War. Do your best to take her alive. But if she forces your hand, give her that traitor's death she deserves.
Okay.
Serve the Empire.
And transwarp over. I don't know why he's so much louder when he says serve the Empire well. I mean, he is significantly louder when he says that compared to when he's giving me the mission dialogue. And I don't know why, because there's only a single dialogue volume setting. So weird that for whatever reason the volume is vastly different there, but whatever. Let's go ahead and begin the Khitomer Discord.
Times like this, every warrior needs someone they can trust at their side. And when fighting the Mokai, someone to watch their back as well.
Good to see you too, General.
Cogran's here in that fancy new Alliance ship of his, flying Overwatch. Perhaps he's picked up some intel that could help us track down the Matriarch.
Let's find out. Helm, set a course to the Khitomer's location.
Give my regards to the ferryman.
If the Mokai want to fight, then a fight they shall have. To battle!
I mean, if this is all he needs, evidently we're more than sufficient.
Welcome to Khitomer. As you can see, the rebels are keeping us busy here. Skirmishers warping in to test our mettle. They have not found us lacking. As for Ja'ula, we've picked up some chatter recently. Nothing verified, but...
Interestingly, that's not actually the background that the Khitomer class has. The Khitomer has a very generic starship. In fact, I think that's actually the name of the interior. It's just called Starship. Because it's just a generic interior with just a bridge and it's a very bare bones looking bridge. For whatever reason, Cryptic, when it came to deciding what background to give for Kagrin here, they decided to go with, I want to say one of the Fed, well, it's definitely one of the Fed types, but I'm not quite sure which type. It's kind of reminiscent of the various Galaxy knockoffs. But whatever. What is it?
Intelligence thinks she's in space, under cloak, planning her next attack. But the chatter suggests she may be planetside, working with people friendly to her cause. A bold move, if it's true. I suggest sending a team to the surface to investigate. Hoc nuch care.
Consider every possibility. Yes, good advice.
We're picking up some erratic readings from the outer part of the sector. Could be more skirmishers trying to sneak in and sink their blades in our backs. We'll deal with it. You should keep looking for the matriarch.
Understood.
Good hunting. And tread carefully. A nest of diplomats can be a dangerous place.
Indeed. Good luck, Captain.
When the Ferengi say the bigger the smile, the sharper the knife, I believe they had diplomats in mind.
Interesting point.
I know some people down there. We might be able to get some intel out of them, provided they don't bore us to death with their witless banter.
That's a risk we'll have to take, I'm afraid. See planetside, General. Oh, okay, you're gonna actually make me fly into orbit. I completely forgot about that. It's been a while since I played the mission. This is literally only the second time I played this mission.
Command. We've been expecting you. Your away team is cleared for transport to the diplomatic chambers, at your convenience.
Okay, let's beam down, bring our entire away team.
Let's check in. Tedious, but necessary. The front desk officer might have some insight on the Ja'ula situation as well. They see every face that comes in here. Officially, at least.
Let's go.
This building used to be a monument to Klingon glory. Much has changed.
Ah, goddamn server, really? Typically you're good, but apparently you decided to have problems today.
Welcome to the diplomatic chambers. Several delegates are present to discuss the Mokai rebellion in the Chamber of Alliance nearby.
Speaking of Mokai, rumor has it Ja'ula might be on the grounds.
That is an interesting rumor, considering that several blood feuds have been declared against House Mokai. I would find that unlikely, not to mention messy.
I see. And where can we find the delegates? Goddamn server, again. And this one's gonna last a while, apparently. Okay, let's try this again. Server shat itself.
Welcome to the You will find the Klingon delegation in the central area of the Chamber of Alliance. It is flanked on the left and right by the Romulan and Federation delegations, respectively. The delegation from the Dominion can be found across from the Klingons until their formal section is completed.
Thank you.
Let's see what the delegates know. The Chamber of Alliance is a couple of rooms ahead of us.
Okay. Just head on in here, and you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and work from...
So, this is the Chamber of Alliance. Huh. It wasn't long ago that it was called the Chamber of Conquest. I spent many a night in here, drinking blood wine and singing songs to honor the glorious dead, heroes all. Those days are gone. Conquest has given way to alliance. roots to diplomacy.
Do you see anyone you recognize here?
Several. I know 3 of the 4 delegates here. Some more than others, but enough to get their ear and see what they know about Ja'ula's whereabouts.
Which one of the 4 don't you know?
The one from the Dominion. They must have assigned a new Vorta. I don't recognize this one. You'd better do the talking. Vorta and I do not always get along.
Understood. Understood. Let's see if anyone knows anything useful. Okay, let's go and talk to the Romulans first.
The Romulan wing is up these steps.
Yes, thank you, Bartok. I don't need you informing me of that. I could see their banners. I mean, seriously, it's no secret that this is the Romulan section.
Greetings. I take it from the scowl on General Martok's face that this is not a social call. What brings you here today?
We're trying to track down Matriarch Ja'ula.
Ah, yes. The name on so many lips these days. Fascinating woman. I suspect she'd make a good Romulan. After a visit to the tailor, of course. As for her whereabouts, I must disappoint you. I haven't the slightest idea where she is, and more's the pity. There's a considerable bounty on her head. Enough to buy a small moon, I'm told.
Are you certain? We've good reason to think she's here.
As a child, I had good reason to think my grandfather was blown up by James Kirk in the neutral zone. Only later did I learn he died in an alley after an ill-advised life choice involving a senator's mistress. You can see why my parents chose to tell me he died a hero, sometimes we delude ourselves to avoid unpleasant truths. And such delusion can spread like wildfire in times of crisis.
Thank you, Ambassador. Okay, let's go ahead and have a chat with the Dominion and Klingon representatives, and then we'll go and talk to the Federation representatives. But first,
This
Dominion.
one looks particularly smug, even for a Vorta.
And his feet are sinking into the floor.
On behalf of the Founders and of the Dominion they created, I welcome you. Tell me, how may I be of assistance?
Have you heard anything about Ja'ula being seen in this area?
What a fascinating question. Can you imagine how chaotic it would be in this hallowed hall if that were so? I honestly don't know who would kill her first, though I suppose the logical choice would be a member of the Klingon delegation.
Perhaps you've heard something off the record.
I'm afraid I'm not one to give consideration to rumors and idle gossip. I am a Vorta, after all. We prefer to operate in the realm of fact and truth. I do wish you success in your endeavors, however.
Thank you, Ambassador. Not exactly useful.
This is who Jampak chose to be our representative?
Look there. Wait. Yes, I know your face. You're quite the hero, eh? Ah, my manners. You must forgive an old warrior. What do you need?
Have you heard anything about Ja'ula being seen on Khitomer?
Ja'ula? Pah! That craven witch doesn't have the spine to show her face. Even in a place like this, she's not even a true Mokai. She married into the house to get her pathetic father out of debt. The only member of that line worth anything was Takuvma. Glory to his name.
And yet there are rumors she's here.
Gossip! The ramblings of old fools with dull blades and nothing better to do than run their mouth. Honestly, if you believe every rumor you heard, Ja'ula would be leading an army of augments with Kalis reborn at her side.
Thank you, Ambassador. Not particularly useful. Let's go ahead and have a chat with the
The
Federation.
Federation wing is up these steps.
We've been over this, Martok. I can see their banners. I know this. Also, it should be noted, the Dominion are lucky. They at least got something better than a broom closet. Don't actually recall which one of you is technically the actual represent. Oh, you are. Okay, let's go ahead and talk to Tsukihara first, then.
Hello. It's hard to believe this is real sometimes. Consider, 2 years ago, the Klingons and the Federation were at war. The Romulan Republic was in its infancy, and the Dominion was a vast, silent enigma.
Indeed.
And now, we have a grand alliance spanning across all 4 quadrants, a symbol of galactic diplomacy at its finest. This place was once a symbol of conflict and conquest. Now, it is a beacon to all, a tribute to peace and friendship.
For some, certainly. For others, old memories die hard.
Perhaps. I prefer to see Khitomer as a statement. Despite the great threats from forces like the Borg, the Iconians, and the Herc, when we stand together, we survive the storm.
And what of the current threat?
Matriarch Ja'ula, Alliance efforts to bring her to justice and end her campaign of terror are in full effect, as you know. We've come too far together to see a misguided warrior from a darker time bring it all crashing down around us. We will prevail, my friend. Count on it.
I hope you're right, Ambassador, for all our sakes. Okay, now let's go and talk to the actual Federation representative. Ambassador Naora. Yeah, sure, whatever. Naora.
It's a pleasure to finally meet you. Your service to the Federation has helped us build the Alliance and keep it safe. We're in your debt. Please, how may I be of assistance today?
I'm investigating the whereabouts of Matriarch Ja'ula. What can you tell me?
Well, she's been a topic of spirited debate here for some time now. Her recent actions at Konos and Kuvat have placed the Empire into a state of civil war, after all. As to her whereabouts, Starfleet is doing all it can to find her and bring her to justice. But she is quite elusive, as one would expect from the leader of House Mokai. I am afraid I have no idea where she might be.
And unofficially?
If it were anyone else, I'd say no comment. Starfleet intelligence believes that Ja'ula is operating from this system. She has more allies than you think, even in these chambers. We suspect several ranking officials in the Klingon delegation are sympathetic to her cause. Unofficially, of course.
Thank you, Ambassador.
She is here. I'm sure of it. We just need to keep digging. I believe it's time to escalate things. Let's go straight to the top, to the chairman himself. He's a crafty old schemer. If anyone knows, it'll be him.
Very well. Let's see what the chairman has to say.
Wide smiles, all of them. Their knives must be sharp indeed.
Interesting that there's a Lucari representative here. I don't know where they're going to put the Dominion, though. Because they don't really have a nice spot to give them their own separate wing in that central room. Jesus, that's right. Also, it should be noted that they kind of forgot to give the Dominion their own flag in here. You get Federation, Romulan Republic, and the Klingons. But there is actually no Dominion banner being hung here. So it kind of makes you wonder, are they really a part of the Alliance? Oh well. Moving on, let's go ahead and talk to Chairman Kastena. Sure.
Greetings, gentle beings. Until now, I have only known you by reputation. I am pleased to finally meet you both face to face. I've received word from Kronos regarding your mission here. How can I help?
Recent intel suggests Ja'ula is operating on Khitomer, here.
That would be unsettling if it were true. My security staff takes great care in their vetting procedures. If Matriarch Ja'ula has spies in our ranks, they'd know about it. I would know about it. Sadly, I think you're chasing your tail on this one.
That remains to be seen, sir. God damn it again. Let's try this again.
Greeting that would...
What's this? I think you need to see this. It just came through on all channels.
Let's see it. Wait, is that? God damn it again.
There was a time when I believed my brother's cry of "Remain Klingon" was unnecessary. That no true Klingon would need such a reminder. But now I know the truth of it. Then and now. There are those who have forgotten what it means to be Klingon. The Tyrant Gem seeks prosperity for his house alone, and tosses scraps to those he deems loyal. He has forgotten what it means to be Klingon. It is a lesson I am happy to teach him. In battle! Join me, and you can do the same. Join me, and together we can show Gempak what it means to be warriors. What it means to have honor. What it means to be Klingon!
So, not sure if any of you guys noticed that, but Martok's lips were moving in sync with the dialogue that Ja'ula was saying, because they have basically his character model serving as the nexus for this, is probably the best way to describe it. Obviously, Martok shouldn't be moving his mouth at all, because he shouldn't be talking at all in this scenario.
Impressive speech. This is the break we needed. That signal didn't come from space. She's planet-side. Somewhere. So much for the chairman's vetting procedures, eh?
If it's a local signal, we can trace it.
We must act quickly. Start the trace in here. See what we can find.
Right, let's go.
You need to actually move to get a new signal.
Shut up, Martok.
This is a localized signal relay unit. Clever. We're getting warmer, but we're not there yet. It looks like the signal's coming from within the Chamber of Alliance.
So can we just note that that's not particularly well hidden. Literally anybody looks in there and you can see it. I think it might have been better served putting it like under a seat or something. It might have been a little bit more unlikely to get seen, but whatever. Let's get moving, Martok. We got more important things to do. And my frame rate will kind of sort of go back up because it was kind of crap in that room.
Check the Chamber of Alliance for the broadcast signal.
Shut up, Martok. I'm going, damn it.
The signal is getting stronger.
I already basically know where it is.
Another relay unit. Typical Mokai deception. Let's see that. If I'm reading this right, the signal is coming from the Gallery of Honor.
Acknowledged. Let's move out. I'm just gonna take a shortcut. What are they gonna do? Stop me?
The signal is getting stronger.
If I recall correctly, it's somewhere here.
The signal is getting stronger.
Oh, no. Evidently I was misremembering.
The signal is getting stronger.
No, not quite. I just wasn't in quite the right spot.
Damn it. I do enjoy the one with the
This
cloud.
relay unit is getting a signal from below us, in the underchambers. There's an access stairway that goes down there nearby. It's behind one of the doors in the arrival courtyard.
Let's get to it. And hopefully when we get to the end of this mission, the game doesn't have server not responding issues, because that will actually make that section very annoying.
This door should take us downstairs.
Yes, thank you, Martok. I'm already through the door. You're a little bit slow in the uptake, it seems. I understand you're getting old.
The last time I was down here, I'd had too much to drink and thought I was on my way to the transporter room.
I take it you found something else instead.
Let's just say it's easy to get lost down here and leave it at that.
Fine with me, General.
Know this. There are plenty of dark places down here where Ja'ula and her forces could be hiding. Keep your weapon ready. If there's one thing Mokai love, it's a good ambush.
Understood. Ready weapons. Oh hey, that's not much of an ambush.
Stop them! Martha, why are you here?
We're here for the matriarch. Where is she?
You're making a huge mistake.
Why are you guys standing back there?
Martok, you of all people should know that Jimpak is unworthy to rule. You carry the blade of Kalis. You led warriors against the Herc. Why do you follow such a dishonorable Bichnuch?
Kalis he is not, but Jempak has preserved the Empire through many a conflict. I may not like him, but I respect him.
He has preserved the Empire by making us the lackeys of the Federation. When the Herc returned, he hid behind his throne. That is not the way of a true Klingon. You should fight at Ja'ula's side instead of begging for scraps at Jimpak's table like a toothless old targ.
That's enough. Ja'ula, where can we find her?
Do you take me for a Venturi? I will not betray the matriarch to the likes of you, Taketh!
Fine. General, I think Klingon prisoners should be held on your ship. Have this one beamed to the brig.
Stubborn fool, but loyal. We're going to have to keep looking. Let's start with that door over there. Looks like the only unlocked one in here.
Very well, let's start with that.
I truly love the architecture here. Whoever made it has a great eye for the, I want to say, warrior mystique here. Oh yes, the warrior mystique.
God, he almost sounded like he was about to get off when he said warrior mystique.
What's a purple people dropper?
A most delicious beverage. It's a mixture of Romulan ale and blood wine. You can tell if it has been mixed correctly by the shade of purple it becomes. I've yet to find a human who can drink a properly made one and keep standing.
This place. The food is terrible. The liquor is a joke. And everyone wants to argue about something. Yes, the last part is a delight, but the rest? Inconceivable.
I must admit that there is some wisdom in what Ja'ula said today. The fact that Martok still breathes tells me Jempak became Chancellor through dishonorable means. I will listen to what she has to say. Where does she want to meet?
The chairman's aide is a close confidant of Ja'ula's. Talk to him, and he will make the arrangements. Get ready for Mokai paranoia. You'll be blindfolded, unarmed. They even carry you so you can't count your steps. I did hear someone using a door passcode at one point, but that's to be expected.
You'd be paranoid too if half the Empire was looking to send you to Stovagor the hard way. I will speak to Casseneta's aide then. Try not to catch any bugs down there in the dark, old friend.
Interesting.
Sounds like we need to get our hands on that passcode. That Karuk we beamed to my brig probably knows it, but we don't have time to get it out of him.
Any ideas?
That band of Mokai we dealt with aren't likely to be the only rebels down here. Let's keep looking around. I'll wager we find more, and when we do, we'll just have to be very persuasive.
Understood. Let's get to it then.
old Casenita is one of Lady Jaula's puppets. I'm sure of it.
They sent Martok and some war hero here. Someone's going to choose their pain soon.
Martok, eh? Did he bring the Sword of Kalis with him?
You actually believe that story? You're more gullible than I thought.
The female Klingon there looked like the security person that we met at the front desk. And take out these guys.
We must protect Jaula.
Who the hell keeps throwing that shit? It uses roughly the same graphic effect as Control's thingamajigger.
I have nothing to say to you. If you're going to kill me, let me die a warrior's death. In Jaula's name!
Why does she deserve such loyalty from you?
When Bavat brought dishonor to the house, everyone within it suffered. We were shunned, cast out, abandoned. Like her brother before her, Jaula is giving the dishonored a chance for redemption. I will fight and die for her if it brings back honor to my house.
I see.
You are a prisoner now. But you need not be a prisoner without honor. We require the security passcode. If you give it to us now, I will protect you from Gempok's wrath.
I do not wish to spend my days in the depths of Rurapente. If you swear to protect me, I will tell you where you could get the code.
You have my word.
And mine. Once we have what we need, you will be released from the Rotaran's brig.
Very well. There is a Mokai officer stationed closer to Jaula's sanctum. One of Jaula's best. He has what you seek. One last thing. Warrior to warrior. Do not destroy Jaula. You must know her cause is just. Give her a chance to prove it.
We shall see. Another prisoner for transport, General.
There's more to Jaula than I believe. She clearly inspires loyalty in her own forces, and has convinced many others to forsake their own house and follow hers. I'm picking up life signs. They aren't far from here. That's probably where the Mokai officer is hiding.
Right. Move out. Stupid auto-deploy of turrets.
We must defend the inner sanctum.
Well, at least we know we're on the right path.
Okay, take out all the targs, then take out the hunter. Apparently we didn't take out all the targs, there's still one left. So, rest of the crew, thank you for finally deciding to show up. You all apparently decided to take a break outside, leaving it pretty much up to just me and Martok. Great job. You all should really be getting demoted for that.
Listen closely, Mokai. I am running out of time and patience, which puts you in an unpleasant situation. I require the security passcode, and you are going to give it to me. As they used to say in the old days, choose your pain.
Poor General Martok, fatigued by the weight of his villainy. Go scream at the wind, old man. I have nothing for you but insult and scorn.
Arrogant and unwise.
That hole in your face is making noise, Totsa. It is irritating. If I could get my hands on you, I'd silence it forever.
Well, your hands aren't bound in any way, so there's really nothing stopping you besides the fact that you're hurt. Do you have the code or not?
I do, but I'd sooner dwell in Grethor than give it up to Baktag like you. And you, Martak, lackey of Jimpak. How toothless you are, serving that piece of Warshak. You should have stayed in God's prison if you wanted a life of dishonor. It would have been safer for you, old man.
I assume Forshak roughly translates to shit. I'd advise you to stop taunting the general while you're able.
You're wasting your breath. He's chosen his pain, and I'm going to deliver it to him.
Last chance. I'd talk if I were you.
You're bluffing. There is no honor in beating a captured prisoner.
There's no honor in being a captured prisoner. Are you ready for eternity in Grethor?
You're serious? I can see it in your eyes. You're both willing to dishonor yourselves to get what Jimpak wants. Kiach!
Passcode, now.
Very well. I'll give you what you want.
Okay, 031, nice easy to remember. Wise choice. General, beam this one directly to the brig.
That console must be nearby. Search the surrounding area.
Oh hey, here's the console. Oh, whoops, no, it's 031. Damn it. Really? Thank you. For whatever reason, the game kept double registering me, clicking increment second digit, so it was always going from 2 to 4 for whatever reason.
Your bloodthirst has caused enough trouble.
My bloodthirst is what keeps us alive. We are Klingons, not spineless Gah. Or have you forgotten?
Consider your next words to me very carefully, Akka, for they may be your last.
I hope we're not interrupting anything important.
Don't mind us, just keep on arguing.
The fabled General Martak, the man who should be Chancellor. What a disappointment you are! Have you come to bring me to justice? You and your lackeys? More fools chasing Jimpak's blood money?
Surrender while you can, matriarch.
Surrender? To the likes of you? I think you overestimate your chances.
Surrender, or fight, if you have the spine for it.
You are on the wrong side of history here.
This is someone who fired on defenseless civilians.
Let's go ahead and get Jula out of the fight. I mean, I managed to take you out with relative ease, so I'd say you're kind of weak.
Foolish woman, I've had enough of your weakness. It's time.
This is fine, we can take them.
Kill them all! Experience B.
Huicha! Filthy Marquis! You will pay for this!
The Klingons of this time are pathetic! You would have died quickly in my time, old man!
You've learned a few things since your time, barbarian.
Okay, yeah, he's the last one alive, it looks like. Oh, no, stay the hell away from me, bro. Ow. That hurt. I mean, only a little, but still. Okay, Jula, where are you? There you are. Stand still, damn it.
That filthy, lying Tuck-Tack! I will send him torn and bleeding to the deepest depths of Grathor! He may have swayed some of my crew with his words, but not all. Not yet. I need to leave this place and secure my ship!
You seem to be forgetting that you're a prisoner.
We don't have time for your games, fool! If I don't secure my ship, and quickly, Akar will. And you've already seen what he will do with the mycelial weapon. Yes, it was he who gave the order to fire on Kuvat, not I!
What do you mean? Over Kuvat a week earlier.
My lady, the battle goes poorly. We must withdraw.
Let's leave them something to deal with while we do. Gunner, target the shipyard and fire the weapon!
Belay that order. Target the city as we discussed.
Yes, cousin.
Gunner, what have you done? I ordered you to target the shipyard!
Dishonorable Baktag!
That city! The civilians!
There were no civilians on Kuvat, my lady. There were only Klingons. And all Klingons are warriors. You would be wise to remember that. Now every warrior in the Empire will know the price of standing against you.
And what price will we pay for this, Akar? And will we pay it here, or in Grethel?
If we are victorious, it would be a small price to...
Enough! Get us out of here! Maximum warp! Now!
This Akar, he's a schemer. We need to make sure he doesn't get control of that glorious relic Ja'ula calls a ship before it's too late. Let's get out of here. We'll figure out what to do with the matriarch later.
Right. Let's get moving.
Locked. More Mokai tricks, huh? Contact your ship. See if they can beam us out of here.
Right. Kizik to Odin, we have Jula. Beam us up. We can't get a lock on you, Admiral. Something is causing interference. Add another Mokai trick to the list.
It's a shielding system with a rapidly alternating phase pattern. The only people who know how to bypass it are Akar, my transporter chief, and me. If you want to beam out of here, you're going to need my help. Release me, and you shall have it.
That's not gonna happen.
Perhaps I can be of assistance? My lady, I am glad I was able to find you. The situation has grown worse.
My lady? Have you joined forces with Ja'ula too?
Why wouldn't I? She is the matriarch of House Mokai. And until her return, I was the last of House Mokai. She is my liege. We can discuss my lineage later. The enemy is moving and does not care about such things.
Now, it should be noted, I'm pretty sure Federation characters and Romulans, basically anybody who's not playing as a Klingon, doesn't actually know who the hell Adet Pa is. I believe only KDF characters run into her at all. Because I believe she only shows up a little bit in a couple of the missions that are unique to KDF. But whatever. Agreed. What's going on?
Jimpok has brought a fleet above Khitomer, and Akar has transferred the mycelial weapon from the Lucara to Jimpok's flagship.
We need to get out of here, now.
Agreed. You, Adet Pa. You managed to get in here. Surely you know how to get out.
I managed to get in here before Akar activated the shield. I'm just as trapped in here as you are, Martok. I do believe the matriarch has offered you a viable solution to your little dilemma, however. If I were you, I'd take her up on it.
Looks like we have a problem. She's our prisoner.
Listen, I could have shot you and Martok in your foolish heads while you were trying to open that door. You'd be dead, and your prisoner and I would be on our way to safety. We're beyond that now, yes? We now share common goals. Let her go, and help us put an end to Akar. After that, if you want to duel to the death or some such nonsense, we will be happy to oblige you.
Very well. For now, we have the same goals.
Come with me. This building has many secrets.
Of course it does.
Let's get out of here, shall we?
You never told me about a back door.
You didn't ask. Be thankful I thought of it,
Of course.
A Mokai artisan designed these tunnels. Their secrets are ours alone.
Technically, I know your secrets now.
Hold. I want to be sure the other side is clear. We're good. Let's go.
How did you get past Akar security?
I've forgotten more about security than Akar will ever learn, my lady.
You never fail to impress.
Okay, and let's head upstairs. Lots of red.
Quiet! Jimbok's forces are ahead.
Which is not a good sign. Hello.
Jimbok wants them all dead. No exception.
This is a slaughter. Jimbok has been mad. No better than a fakir.
Okay, are you gonna actually make me kill all the Klingons before? Yes, okay. Before I can do anything. Just slightly annoying to be honest, but whatever, I'll survive.
Why won't? They are outnumbered.
Not for long.
Personal shield losing power.
The hell do you mean by that, Martok? Make it sound like we're getting help. My ship is presumably up in orbit, just kind of sitting there.
What happened to it? Gem will have no ally.
Oh, that's what you meant. Yeah, that doesn't help us now, Martok. And if we all die here, nobody's gonna find out what Jimbok did. You kinda are failing to catch the flaw in your plan there. You know, your plan requires us to survive in the first place. Leave me alone, you damn Targ. And one of my companions has been knocked down. I can't be bothered to get them back up right now.
Jimbok won't get away with it.
God, so many. Do I have a split beam? I do, actually. Should have probably been using that earlier. Would have made this a hell of a lot easier. Go talk to Jewel in a bit, but let me go ahead and get my companion up.
What is the old saying? The enemy of my enemy.
We're far from friends, Chula. Let's leave it at allies for now.
A fitting term. Very well. Let's get to... Wait. Transporters. Gempak and Hakar are sending reinforcements.
Ready weapons.
Gempak sent Jarad, loyal, expendable.
Of course he's loyal but expendable. Isn't that how it typically works?
I will pinch you, old man.
Captain Jarad, I see your habit of choosing 4 allies continues. You're better than this, Jarad. Don't dishonor yourself.
You kiss. Leave something cover.
So be it. Die well, Jarad.
What is the meaning of this?
Gempak sent down some trash. We're disposing of it.
Okay, take care of these guys. Let's go ahead and check on the chairman.
What is going on? Outward comms have been jammed. Klingon forces are beaming down and attacking civilians. Matriarch, you said something like this wouldn't happen. I should have never agreed to shelter you here.
We should have known. Your security was far too lax, after all.
Save your petty judgment for someone who cares. Gempak has been a problematic leader for some time now. I thought Juula could remove him from power with a minimum of bloodshed. Clearly, I thought wrong.
Now who's being judgmental?
Enough! We need to deal with this before it escalates beyond our control, if it hasn't already. Gempak is up to something here, and he doesn't want any witnesses.
That's not good.
Ha! Aren't you the master of understatement? Chairman, give the evacuation order and then head to the transporter room. We will get you out of here in one piece if we can.
We'll do what we can for the wounded. Meanwhile... this is fine. I'm just gonna sort of stand there like, yeah, okay, sure. Come on.
Come. This is no way to die.
Still doesn't make us friends, Jula.
Yeah. Get moving. Go. Run.
Wrong way.
Run, go, get to the transporter.
That rift will kill every witness to these crimes. Dead warriors tell no tales.
I mean, yes, I suppose that's technically accurate.
Send your officers ahead. Don't risk their lives.
Watch out for Elachi!
I'm just gonna ignore the Elachi. It's fine. This is fine. Just run. Adetpa, you kill them. We got more important things to deal with.
Keep moving, or you're dead.
Tsukihara, get up.
It's Tsukihara.
I joined the diplomatic corps.
Yeah. Tsukihara, we ain't got time. We ain't got time for this.
So much for that idea.
Hold on,
We need
Ambassador.
to get moving. The mycelial wave approaches, and you know what it can do.
I'm all too aware, thanks to House Mokai.
There will be time for this later. Right now, we need to focus on staying alive.
Agreed, help me with them.
Matriarch Jewel, I don't suppose you'd consider a return to the negotiation table. Consider it the request of a man who met his death.
Enemy targets on sensor.
You're not dead yet. Kisik to Odin, 1 for emergency medical transport.
To think.
Okay. Get these guys up. I don't know, can I get people up when I'm being shot at? I don't know, I'm not being shot at right this second, so it's a little hard to tell. I don't think I'm going to get 15. It's kind of hard to get 15, particularly when you're playing solo. Especially, you know, if you decide to check on Tsukihara, because he's going to babble on about some crap for a while. And, you know, it actually takes a while to get people up. A little more than it probably should, to be honest. Especially if you want to actually have a reasonable chance of saving 15 civilians. Because it is actually a real pain to save.
Personal shield losing power.
15 civilians when you're being shot at. Well, not necessarily being shot at, but when, you know, it takes a good couple seconds. A good 10, 15 seconds, something like that, I want to say, to save people.
Enemy targets on sensor.
And being shot at actually does slow you down, apparently, so that's actually a minor annoyance. Leave me alone, guys. Now, realistically, you all should be running too, if we're being honest. Do you mind not shooting me in the back?
Shield losing power.
That's 13. And, hopefully there's a couple inside this room back here. Yes, there are a few. Wonderful. Adetpa, it would be wonderful if you could go and do a Martok and help me out here. And run to the other side so we can get you up. Jaula, it would also help if you were to pull a Martok and, you know, cover me. Got bigger things to do than deal with you guys.
Personal shield losing power.
It's 14.
Keep moving.
Let's get the last one. Okay, so apparently it looks like there are exactly 15 people, which is not exactly great. Because if you miss one, you cannot succeed. It would appear. But this is fine. I did not manage to get any accolade for this because I was not able to save 15 people. Mostly because I played it when the missions first came out and there were a lot of issues. Primarily with lag and the like.
Ja! The transporters have been scrambled by Jampak's forces! I can get them working again, but I need some time. I would rather not beam into a bulkhead or get duplicated.
Work fast, Commander. That wave is still coming.
More Elachi are coming. Defend Adetpa.
Interestingly, I don't think she has a progress bar. I think this is literally a defend until the game decides you have done well enough, which is basically up until the last second. I believe that's more or less how this works. Because I can't. My companions aren't going to be able to help me. Or my officers, rather. Let's deploy the drone that does nothing. bit too close, and it's not like I'll be opening it anytime soon anyway.
We're running out of time.
Yeah. Thank you for... God, that is loud. And thank you for pointing out the obvious, Jula. A little bit faster, Adetpa. A little bit faster, if you don't mind.
Transport it now.
What happened here? Gempark has dishonored himself and his house, and this attack will be avenged.
Yes, we need to take action, and quickly.
At last, the two of you see the truth of things. You see who the true enemy is. That enemy lies in wait for us, and he has the mycelial weapon. We must deal with him before he uses it again. Agreed?
Agreed. This has to end here and now.
I knew Gempark was a schemer, but this? I have no words.
Okay.
His dishonor is great, and he aims to make it ours.
Then we must end him before he succeeds.
Yes, something I should have done a long time.
Agreed. Let's finish him together.
Are you guys done? Yes? You sure? Okay, great. Admiral, I know this isn't the best time, but the people you rescued on the surface wanted you to have this. You rescued 14 survivors. I swear to God the game said 15, but whatever. Each sent over 50 to lithium ore, thank you. I know I say 15. I don't know why the game says I only say 14. Yes, one of them was Tsukihara. What, does he just not count when it comes to the final tally? Then in that case, he shouldn't count, period. The game shouldn't tell me I say 15 if saving Tsukihara doesn't actually count as one of the 15 you save. I think there might have been one person I missed, realistically, because I went for Tsukihara when I did.
So, you have joined forces with the Mokai barbarian, eh? You would stand against me and the Empire? So be it. I will give you all a traitor's death.
The only traitor here is you, Gempark.
You will pay for this attack. I swear it.
So you're an idiot and a liar. The weapon is in your hands, fool.
Yes, my men took it from your ship after your heinous attack on Khitomer.
Lie all you want, coward. The truth will be heard.
Oh yes, let's go ahead and deploy our Aquarius escort. I kind of sort of forgot about it.
Target shields have failed. Right shield failing.
Okay, take out the Negvar, done, and Bird of Prey. And the rest of them. Except for the Lisette.
We came as fast as we could. I need a situation report. What is going on here?
Which is interesting that the Lisette isn't here. But, sure. Whatever. The unthinkable, Captain. You need to...
Be silent. Captain Cochrane. These traitors have betrayed the Alliance. They have joined House Mokai and launched an attack on Khitomer. You can see the results. None have survived. They must pay for their crimes, Captain. Arrest them at once.
Captain, the Chancellor is lying to you. We can explain.
Well, I find this hard to believe. I have orders from the Chancellor of the Empire. I cannot disobey. I am placing you all under arrest. Surrender, and you will be given a fair trial under Klingon law.
Cagrin, listen to me. We have proof of our innocence here.
This is madness. You have betrayed the Empire and launched a cowardly attack against innocents. Your dishonor knows no bounds. I should kill you where you stand, but I'll give you one chance to surrender.
Corrin, you know me. I did not do this.
Captain Corrin, it's clear we need to know more about what happened here. There has to be a better explanation. I'm asking you to take a step back and hear what they have to say. This doesn't need to end in violence.
Agreed. This doesn't have to get ugly.
Enough. I refuse to listen to more Mokai lies. Captains, hear me now. You have your orders. Carry them out, or you'll be dealt with alongside the terrorists.
Very well. Red alert. Tactical, fire to disable.
Disable. I want to know what they're up to, and you can't interrogate our corpse.
It is unwise to leave the target shield. I can only
Are y'all done talking? Can I talk? Thank you. Ja'ula, these guys aren't actually that dangerous. You see how much the Bordeski's get into SB? Yeah, it ain't that big of a threat. The Khitomer is honestly even less of a threat, all things considered. If we had to fight the Enterprise, maybe, you know, would have been a little bit more in their favor. Not much, mind you, but a little bit. A jet pod, this was easy. We already took out the Bordeski. The Khitomer is going down fairly quickly. All things considered. That's already down to under 70, under 50. Yeah, a jet pod, this is easy. I don't know why you said you thought this would be easy.
Try earning your victory before you sink.
That would seem to imply that this was hard. It was possible you meant to say you thought this was easy because it was easy. Which probably would have been better off if you had said you knew this would be easy. Not thought.
This is no victory, traitors. Every warrior in the Klingon Empire will seek revenge for this. There will be no safe haven for you, no place to hide. You will all be hunted like animals, and you will not die as warriors. No, you will be taken alive and locked away for the rest of your days in a place that will make you beg for death. A mercy I will not allow.
You may suffer the same fate yourself, Chancellor.
He went to warp, and he took the weapon with him!
This was unfortunate. I appreciate your restraint in the battle. Too many people have died here today. I'll do what I can to take the heat for this, but you need to lie low for a while. I don't think I can guarantee your safety under current circumstances.
Understood. Thank you, Captain.
Your friend is wise. As of now, we're all living on the edge of a knife. The day to avenge Khitomer will come, but it is not this day. Come. A dead pa knows a few tricks when it comes to keeping a low profile.
Who's the captain of the IKS Corps? The Retaran is Martox, if I recall correctly, but who the hell's the Corps? I don't recall. Either way, lead the way.
Strange, isn't it? Hours ago we were enemies, and now we must trust one another to survive. Our enemy is a madman with the power of an empire at his command.
The path ahead will be challenging, but it is one we must follow. I hope you're ready. Consult with your crew and wait for Adet Pa's signal. We will make our next move soon.
It should be noted he has an empire at his command that anybody who has a relatively half-decent build in this game could fairly easily topple single-handedly. And instead of taking the generic, here's another disruptor beam array, and it's just a generic disruptor beam array. It's not any special mission version or anything. I'll take the dual nanopulse mechliths that I will literally never use, but they have a slightly higher chance of being used than generic disruptor beam array. And that is it for this episode. I will see you all next time. Like I said at the start of this, that'll probably be a couple of weeks because I'm just going to go ahead and assume that I won't be able to do any recordings for at least 2 weeks, potentially upwards of 3, as a result, of course, after October 9th. So yeah, that's just going to be the assumption I'm going to make. It's much easier for me to just go ahead and assume that. So there will be basically no content uploaded to the channel for 2-3 weeks. Well, as of when you guys will see this video, it should be only 2 at most. So yeah, like I said, I'll see you all next time. Quick reminder, I do have a Patreon. You can find a link that down in the description below if you enjoy the content on the channel. That is the easiest and best way to help support the channel. Also, you can find a link to my Discord down below. That is my go-to place for posting channel happenings, such as I won't be able to record for 2 weeks as a result of some stuff coming up that will prevent me from being able to record. Things like that. That's my go-to place for posting that, so I highly recommend that you join my Discord if you want to be able to stay up to date on that type of content. But that'll be it for this part, like I said. I will see you all next time, but as always, live long and prosper.